Hello, good afternoon to you and welcome to Baina Midday News. This news is coming to you live from Benab House, Atomic Junction, Medina. My name is Sharifatu Ayuba. Coming up this afternoon. Finance Minister expected to present 2026 budget statement today. We'll bring you details of what to expect ahead of the budget statement. Also coming up, former Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, sues special prosecutor over allegations linking him to purported embezzlement of 1.3 billion Ghana cedis. And on the international front, South Sudan's president sacks vice amid rising tensions. We'll bring you details of these stories shortly. Thank you for staying with us. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook at Baina TV. Now, moving on to our first story. Finance Minister Dr. Kaisal Ato-Forson is set to present the 2026 budget statement and economic policy to Parliament today, Thursday, November 13. The presentation marks a pivotal moment, offering insight into how the government plans to consolidate Ghana's fragile economy recovery while addressing rising public expectations for relief and renewed growth. Ahead of this, Baina News has put together a report on what one should expect in the budget.
For many Ghanaians, the budget extends beyond routine fiscal planning. It is seen as a measure of direction whether the government can maintain economic stability, meet debt obligations, and deliver tangible improvements in jobs, infrastructure, and social protection. Dr. Forson faces the delicate task of balancing fiscal consolidation with growth. His presentation is expected to focus on three key objectives: sustaining stability, improving revenue mobilization, and supporting inclusive development. Having previously served as Deputy Finance Minister, Dr. Forson now guides fiscal policy amid the challenging post-debt restructuring landscape. Known for his technical expertise and reliance on data-driven projections, he is anticipated to outline realistic targets for growth, inflation, and the fiscal deficit, alongside clear measures to ensure Ghana remains on a sustainable path. The 2026 budget will be closely scrutinized for indications that the government can manage limited fiscal space without jeopardizing recent gains in exchange rate stability and inflation control. Revenue remains the primary constraint on Ghana's fiscal performance. While expenditure cuts have been consistent in recent years, domestic revenue growth has often lagged behind projections. Today's presentation is expected to highlight new revenue strategies, including expanding the tax net, strengthening compliance, and implementing digital taxation reforms, while avoiding additional burdens on citizens and businesses already facing high living costs. Analysts suggest the focus may lean more toward administrative efficiency, plugging leakages, enforcing existing laws, and digitizing revenue collection rather than broad-based tax hikes. On the expenditure expenditure side, Dr. Forson is likely to reaffirm the government's commitment to key sectors such as education, health, and social protection areas with direct public impact. Job creation will also remain a priority, with renewed emphasis on supporting SMEs, manufacturing and agriculture. Infrastructure development, particularly in roads, water and energy, is expected to feature prominently, albeit within a disciplined financial framework.
Former Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority, Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid, has filed a 20 million Ghana cedis defamation lawsuit against the Office of the Special Prosecutor over allegations linking him to the purported embezzlement of 1.3 billion Ghana cedis from the Unified Petroleum Price Fund. In a writ filed at the Accra High Court General Jurisdiction Division on November 10, 2025, Dr. Hamid is seeking a declaration that the OSP statement made during its February 12, 2025 media briefing was defamatory and had severely damaged his reputation.
Through his lawyers at Appellate Chambers, Dr. Mustafa Hamid is demanding 20 million cedis in damages, an unqualified apology, and a full retraction of the OSP's remarks. He is also seeking a perpetual injunction restraining the OSP and its agents from making further defamatory statements about him. According to his statement of claim, the OSP, during its February briefing, announced investigations into alleged corruption involving 1.3 billion cedis from the UPPF and named Dr. Hamid among 4 individuals under probe. He contends that he was never notified of any investigation before the announcement and insists he had no involvement in any wrongdoing. Dr. Hamid described the OSP's claims as false, malicious, and baseless, adding that subsequent events have confirmed that no such embezzlement took place. He further stated that the OSP's publication caused him grave embarrassment, emotional distress, and the loss of professional opportunities, including consultancy and lecturing roles abroad, thereby tarnishing his image as an academic, politician, and public servant. His lawyers revealed that they wrote to the OSP on February 17, 2025, demanding a retraction and apology. However, instead of issuing one, the OSP reportedly responded on February 19, 2025, inviting Dr. Hamid to appear for questioning over the alleged mismanagement of the UPPF.
Now, away from that, contestants of the Ummah Show, the first ever Islam-based TV reality show, paid a courtesy visit to the office of the Zongo Development Fund in Accra on Wednesday, November 12, 2025. The visit sought to foster collaboration, explore possible partnerships, and seek guidance as the contestants prepare for the grand finale of the show on Friday, November 14, 2025.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Zongo Development Fund, Alhaji Halidu Haruna, expressed his delight in hosting the team. He commended their efforts, offered words of encouragement, and emphasized the importance of perseverance and teamwork. Alhaji Haruna also expressed his readiness to partner with Baina TV, lauding the station for its role in promoting the Zongo community, and prayed for its continued growth and success.
We will certainly continue to collaborate with the station, because whatever that we do, without the media, nobody will get to know. Because if you go and help a community, it's the media that will carry it and let the whole world know that this is what we have done. So the media is critical to our success, and certainly you are going to be an integral part of it. The medium of communication is also critical. We may want to use the English radio stations, but we are dealing with a community that communication, if you are unable to use the language that they understand, you'll be speaking and they will think that it is either a French or Portuguese. But when you use the language that they understand, you are likely to get their attention. So Baina TV, I pray you will continue to grow and stronger, so that at the end of the day, the benefit will not be to the owner, but it will be to the society and community that we all live in. We want to see Zongo becoming greater. One other
Deputy CEO, Mrs. Rakia Abdullah, praised the young women for their determination and urged them to pursue education and personal development to help change the narrative within the Zongo communities. She encouraged them to explore entrepreneurship, build strong personal brands, and remain role models to others.
Zongo Development Fund we are taking the initiative to educate our Zongo women on how to rebrand. So if you can also do that, if your mother or you are a product of, like you come from a home where they sell food, you can rebrand it and then make it big. So education has no limits. It's not about white collar job always. When you are educated, you can go there. The sky is your limit.
The Director of Finance, Mr. Usman Ali, outlined the fund's key programs aimed at empowering the young through training and financial support. He called for unity and pledged the fund support for Baina TV in their shared mission of community development, SOT. The contestants were warmly received by the CEO, his deputy, and other officials of the Zongo Development Fund. The Zongo Development Fund is a government institution dedicated to the empowerment and transformation of Zongo communities through financial assistance, education, and capacity building initiatives.
It should be a banter between myself and the ownership should be like a solidarity, support. Let's come together and help the child to grow. That was the concept, and I think that was one of the best we have left out. We need to go back and revisit those activities. For Zongo Development Fund, we are always there to partner with our sisters organizations that are within the Zongo communities. One of which is the Baina TV, which have taken initiative to be here for us to discuss issues of developmental interest. And I commend you for that particular initiative.
The Uma Show Grand Finale is happening live this Friday. Entry is free, so come one, come all. On this note, we go for a quick break. We'll be back with some more.
From the very first stage to this defining moment, they came with passion, purpose, and the power of faith. And now, 5 remarkable voices remain. Each has walked a journey of courage, conviction, and devotion, each ready to make history. Ilham, soft and gentle, yet fearless. Her calm voice carries power. Her gentleness commands hearts.
It is our problem, and together,
Halima, slow but sure, every step deliberate, every moment filled with quiet purpose.
So no matter how you think you have all the weapons in this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only says be and it will be.
Maimuna shines in modesty. Her humility radiates strength, grace wrapped in faith.
وجعل القمر فيهن نورا وجعل الشمس سراجا.
Hanun, bold and fearless, her words burn with truth and courage.
This is not leadership, this is betrayal, but not all hearts are hardened.
Muhammad, the only man left standing, a pillar of resilience. His voice echoes leadership and legacy.
Amina, I want Chelsea to win the game. I'm trying to fix us, Amina. Can't you understand? I'm trying to fix us. And you just understand how it's like to carry everything. Hey.
Faith, talent, unity. The journey that began with hope ends with history. The Umma Show Grand Finale, Friday, 14th November at 8 p.m. Live on Baina TV. Venue, Zenith University College, near Trade Fair, La Accra. Entry, free. The Umma Show. Definitely different.
You're welcome back. You're still watching Baina Midday News on Baina TV. Now moving on to business, the National Food Buffer Stock Company has revealed that it requested at least 770 million Ghana cedis to effectively tackle the ongoing food glut across the country. While the 2026 budget proposes an allocation of 200 million Ghana cedis, the company's chief executive officer, George Abredu, describes the amount as a drop in the ocean. Speaking to the media, he highlighted that the current situation has exposed long-standing funding gaps, noting that the Buffer Stock Company has never received dedicated resources to purchase and store surplus produce from farmers. He added that the company is currently mobilizing 8 contract agents to farm gates to buy excess produce for storage in its warehouses. On the international front, South Sudan's President Salva Kiir has dismissed one of his 5 vice presidents, Benjamin Bolmel, in a series of high-profile firings amid rising internal tensions. More details in the story.
Bolmel, appointed in February and widely viewed as Kiir's favored successor, was also removed as deputy leader of the ruling Sudan People's Liberation Movement (SPLM) and demoted from general to private in the National Security Service. No reason for his dismissal was given and no replacement has been announced. Bolmel has been under U.S. sanctions for alleged corruption since 2017. A recent United Nations report accused companies linked to him of receiving $1.7 billion for road projects that were never completed. He has not publicly responded to this allegation. In addition to Bolmel, Kiir also removed the governor of the central bank and the head of the revenue authority, both considered close allies of the vice president. The shakeup comes amid growing concerns over Kiir's succession and fears of renewed conflict. Planned elections have been postponed twice, and first vice president and former civil war rival Riek Machar was arrested in March on treason charges. Meanwhile, clashes between Kiir loyalists and armed groups have intensified in recent months. South Sudan gained independence from Sudan in 2011, but quickly descended into the civil war that killed an estimated 400,000 people between 2013 and 2018. Under a 2018 peace agreement, the country is structured to have 5 vice presidents.
Now moving on to sports, the Ghana Football Association has confirmed that the government is not funding the Black Stars Asia Tour friendlies. Communications Director Henry Asante-Chum revealed that the upcoming matches, including Friday's Kirin Challenge Cup clash against Japan and the subsequent game against South Korea, are being financed by the opposing teams with no support from the Ministry of Sports and Recreation. Asante-Chum also clarified that players will not receive winning bonuses on the tour, only the per diem agreed with the GFA. 19 players took part in the first training session on Wednesday ahead of the Friday's game, with Japan. Now this is how we bring the bulletin to an end. Now let's take a look at the headlines that are making up this afternoon. Finance Minister expected to present 2026 budget statement today. We also read the Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority, Dr. Mustafa Hamid, sues Special Prosecutor over allegations linking him to purported embezzlement of 1.3 billion Ghana cedis. And in some international news, we had the South Sudan's president sack vice amid rising tensions. Many thanks for joining us this afternoon. Our website, BeinaMultimedia.com, has more news. My name is Sherifatu Ayuba. Have a good afternoon.